just bugging.
Alright guys, we're on the 74 Super Beetle that just came in. I want to do a compression test on it and see what direction it's going in. It had some duct tape on the carburetor. The carburetor's filthy. There was some leaves inside of it, so no telling how long it was opened up. The oil looks decent. It smells like fuel. It looked like water was in there. I've turned it over, put a little fuel in it, but I don't think I have any spark whatsoever. All right, let's see what we got now. There's no spark on here, none whatsoever. Yeah, there's no spark, so I'm gonna get back to that. I'm not gonna worry about that right now because compression test is the most important thing right now to see whether it's worth going any further. So let me get number one plug off and we'll start there. All right, so we have no spark, so we're gonna go ahead and go on with the compression test. Could very likely be the points or something. That may be why somebody stopped using it. From what I understand, the person that just purchased it, this motor hasn't been cranked up in 12 years. Even if it did have a spark and crank up, I think it would only run while I poured fuel in it. That carburetor just is definitely dirty. There's no way. So we're on number one cylinder now. I got the plug out, my compression tester in there. So let's see what we got. Well, that's not a good sign.
Oh, boy!
The first one's a fail, 75 foot-pounds, so that's not starting out good, but that may be very likely why it's been sitting for 12 years. So let me get on with removing number two, and we'll see what we have. Go ahead and go through the whole thing. All right, guys, we're back on number two cylinder. The first cylinder failed at 75. Now, of course, I also was kind of checking the in play. It's kind of hard to do, but I can feel some in there, and I can feel it hit the back of the block. So it might be some excessive in play in there, but with one failed cylinder, I mean, yeah, if I only have one, then I would try to put a little oil in there and see if it increased the pressure, and then that would be it's on the rings. And if it doesn't increase at all, then you're possibly losing on the head, and then you can look into that. But if it's more than one cylinder, it's not really going to be worth doing that. And of course, if it's got too much in play in it, then you know, it doesn't matter, it needs a rebuild. But all right, let's see what we get on number two. All right, we got 95 on number two. It still failed. Unfortunately, it's not looking good for a refresh. All right, let me get this switched over to number three. Put my plugs back in. Definitely looks like this motor is gonna need to get pulled so it can get on its way to what it needs. Over there on number three, didn't even have to put my ratchet on it, just a socket and an extension, and it came right out. That's not cool. All right, it's tight. We are on number three cylinder. See what we got. 120 on number three. We got one that passed, but still not good. 120 to me is borderline. I know it says 100 and above, but basically, why would you want to put money in it if you're at 100 and 120 isn't? It's on its way down. I mean, if everything was across the board 120, and you know, it's getting you around, you know, it's a big deal. Have some fun with it, as long as it's not slapping the jugs back and forth or tearing up your case. Yeah, that's a mighty filthy carburetor there, isn't it? Yeah, wire poking me in the eye. All right, get that plug back in there. I don't want water in the cylinders. Yeah, I mean, when you get excessive in play, the longer you keep running it, the more likely you're not going to be able to rebuild the case. Or, you know, it's going to cost you line bore and thrust cut. And well, one comes out by hand, and the other one, my stubby wrench was almost not enough. All right, this is number four, the last cylinder. Of course, we pretty much already have an idea which direction we're going in. Unfortunately, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but this is a worn out motor. But no better time than the present to make it a reliable motor and make it what you want. It is a What is that? Oh, I can barely read that. I was wondering what block it is. It looks like a D. I'll have to get the light out. Whoa. A green painted plug. Rusty as all get out. That is a nasty plug. That thing is as old as the car is. And it's different than the other ones. That's not a good sign when you see different spark plugs in it. Then again, it could be just the green paint, but it sure was a lot older than the other two on the other side. Huh. Well, not in there. Get it started. Number 4, what will it be? 100. You see that over there? That is what they consider just passing. As far as I'm concerned, it's 3 out of 4 failed. So Mike will be in here for us to do the break-in period on the new rebuilt motor for the 75 trike, and have him take a look at this and give us his 2 cents worth on it. But definitely most likely, I mean, pull and take it down to a long block and ship it over to Mike, because this is a rebuild. All right, as of right now, to be determined. Stay tuned for. All right, guys, we decided to go ahead and pull the motor today. Tomorrow's gonna be a rain day. I'm gonna be working on the 78 motor assembly, and Monday Kyle can get this all broken down and we can get it moving forward. It's most likely gonna be going in for a rebuild, or at least an evaluation. Lots of dirt, lots of dirt. I'll get all this stuff done and get back. Here, boy, this is an old motor. Where'd that box of parts go? You're back in the shop? Yeah, it's had the strangest tins in there. A little baby one in the middle, kind of cute. But yeah, it's a single part. It wouldn't have been in a 74. This thing's old. Let's go ahead and grab a hold of that. All right, guys, Mike's gonna be here in 30 minutes to do the break-in with me on the 75 trike black rebuilt motor. Wow! All right, guys, figured out why we were having a hard time pulling this out. And no, it's not like that other 74, the white one with the checkerboards that was hitting the rear. If you can see, the bottom wasn't wanting to separate. Well, I noticed when I was up here trying to get the nuts out, the tranny is coming out with the motor. That's why it won't. These mounts are completely shot. If you can see up in there, see? It's separated. See my light? Say what?
Why?
Say what?
Why?
Say
Why?
what?
Why?
Yeah. And then if you look over here, the bolts are completely detached. So the whole tranny is disconnected. It's coming out with it.
That's no good.
So I guarantee you the coupler on the shifter is bad. Guarantee you that with all this play in here. It's yanked on it. It's got to be stressed out with a lot of play on it. So this thing needs some other items. This tranny mount's shot. These 2 tranny mounts are shot. The coupler's shot. And then you can see that just excessive gear oil is coming out, especially on this side. So the seal is bad on this side of the tranny. And then the gasket right here on the tail shaft where the shifter, where the hockey stick is. So really, the tranny should come out too, but that's the owner's decision.
Oh, that's hot. That's hot.
Because, I mean, you can fill it up with gear oil, but it's all going to come back out. And that thing is a mess. All right, it's even worse than the last one I just did. All right, so we got to get on with the 75 trike break-in period. So this is done for the day. When we get back to it Monday, we'll shove it back up into the fork back into those nuts and tighten them up and get this tranny, if I have to chain it down, get the tranny to stay in the car so the motor can come out, and then discuss that with the owner as to what he wants to do with the tranny issue. All right.
Hey guys, it's Dalton. Thanks for watching the video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Stay tuned for more videos on this car. Oh, and by the way, check the link down below on our website. Go to the services and merch page and check out our new merch. Yes, it's official. We have Just Buggin' merch. Find your Just Buggin' fit. If you guys liked the video, drop a like down below, drop a comment, subscribe, and have a Just Buggin' of a day.